Good evening! It's a beautiful Saturday night! Yes! And welcome to Live Life to the Fullest! This is your daily dose of inspiration, challenging oneself to be intentional. I invite you every 9 p.m. as I share my reflections for the day in the hope that I get to inspire and empower you to live life to the fullest. Why am I doing this? Because for the past 200 plus days, I saw the benefit of living intentionally. Everything that I do is aligned to my purpose, passion, and core values. And of course, I want you to benefit from it. Episode 100, ay di pala, 207 of Live Life to the Fullest. Our topic is Road to Being a Champion. So for tonight, we have a very special guest with us. He is an IT professional for 6 years, a Toastmaster for 3 years, an events host, a theater actor, an aspiring entrepreneur, and of course, District 75 Toastmasters District Champion for Humorous Speech Champion. Humorous na, champion pa. Ano pa ba yan? Let's all welcome on Live Life to the Fullest, Adrian Santos!
Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Naman, wag mo naman ako imam.
Sorry. Hi, Janice.
Anis, okay? Ayan. So, first off, I'll call you Adi, no? So, Adi,
Yes, ma'am.
what are you grateful for today, Adi?
I'm grateful for this experience, to be honest with you. Thank you so much for having me in your show, Live Life to the Fullest. Thank you for this opportunity, and of course to give me a chance to inspire others and motivate others with my story and journey as well. Thank you.
Ayan. Okay. Ako naman, I'm grateful because finally natuloy na tong ating interview na which was
Actually.
scheduled sana last week but
Mm-mm.
due to conflict of schedules, medyo busy tayo sa
Mm-mm.
preparations for Mother's Day. So,
Yeah.
yan. I'm still thankful na natuloy tayo ngayong gabi. Okay, so my first question for you, Adi, is when you were younger, did you ever dream talaga of becoming a speech champion?
No, honestly, no. It was far from my mind. Although I had the chance when I was younger to be part of a theater organization, so my eyes were open to that kind of venture, I suppose. But when it comes to just public speaking, no, I had no idea. I mean, if I'm gonna talk to my younger self, I mean, my younger self would have not believed anything.
So ano yung dream mo before nung bata ka?
Actually, my dream before was to become a doctor, like
Mm.
the usual kids. The usual answer from kids back in the day was to become a doctor, because it was a very noble cause. Because my mom has a heart disease back then, and as a kid, I want my mom to live longer, and until now, I want my mom to live longer. That's why I wanted to become a doctor, but because of the circumstances, I mean, I was brought into a different path here in life.
Oh, yeah. So napunta ka sa IT. Was that
Mm-mm.
something that you really studied on? IT?
No, that's a difference. No, that is not actually my first choice. You see, Coach Janice, my first choice was to become either a teacher. I want to be an educator, or I want to take up mass communication in college. But here's the but. When I was in fourth year high school, I actually told my parents, my mom and my dad, you know what? I'm not gonna pursue college. I'm gonna enter the seminary. And then I did. For several months, I was in the seminary and eventually found out and realized that it wasn't for me. So I went out. My mom didn't want me to miss a semester. And then my mom told me, you know what, Addy, you don't have to waste any time. My mom brought me to the APC, my college, and decide a course, whatever course that you want. We're gonna, I mean, my dad, your dad, and I will fund you for it. So I decided to take IT because andun na eh.
Ayun. So, tapos first job mo ba yung current job mo ngayon?
Yes
Or
po.
yes, it's your first job. So, wow, you've lasted for 6 years in your first
Mm-mm.
job. Is still something, no? Kasi usually, di ba, yung mga, I know of people like you, mga millennials, is talagang uso yung job hopping from
Mm-hmm.
one job to another. So, parang ikaw, nagustuhan mo na rin eventually ba yung pagiging sa IT?
Yes, actually, the story here is quite dramatic. Kasi when I was looking for an intern for a company to render my internship on, my pops, my father was laid off his job,
Mm.
so I needed a company that accepts interns as regular employees. And when I was in rendering my internship during the interview, actually, of my supervisor back then, I asked, "Are you accepting interns? Is there a chance for regularization or hiring of interns?" And my supervisor then said, "If there's an opening and you excel in your internship program, yeah." And lo and behold, there was one slot, one open position right before I ended my internship. So they waited for me, and then boom, that's how I started my first job.
Oh, yun pala. Tapos, from there, from that company, you were introduced to Toastmasters. Tama?
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
Okay.
mm-mm,
So, Toastmasters hanggang sa, yun, nabuksan ka na, nabigyan ka na ng opportunity to join speech contest from your
mm-mm.
club to the area to the... So, for our viewers na hindi Toastmaster, so just to give you a brief background, this organization is, we belong to the same organization ni Adi. And this is the organization where we improve our communication skills, also our leadership skills. And I think si Adi is talagang kontesero talaga to, no? Since ano ka pa ba? Since the day that you joined your club, you are already competing na?
Not yet. Well, I joined late 2018, and I was late for the competition during that year, 2018-2019 competition. So I only found out about it parang several months after my initial time with Emerald. And then 2019, they opened up the floor that we're going to have a competition, a club competition back then, and you should join. And I did. It was a medium for me to not really compete against other Toastmasters, because that's not why I joined. I just want to prove something to myself that I am right now is a much better version of me compared to me in the past. I mean, that's what I'm trying to prove whenever I join a competition, just like in Toastmasters.
Wow. Ang gandang, ano yun, no? Something to know about you, that your motivation for joining competition is to showcase yung improvement mo as a person, no?
Mm-mm.
Unlike kasi yung ibang tao talaga, motivation nila talaga is to win, no? So kaya sila nag-join. Okay, so bago tayo magtuloy sa ating question, batiin muna natin ang mga nanonood sa atin ngayon. We have,
Oh,
in fact, 13 million na nanonood sa atin ngayon. Daming fans, Adi.
hi,
Ayan.
so 13 million.
Ayan, nag-hi tayo kay Daisy. Hi, Daisy. Daisy is our Vice President for Education in Rise Up Toastmasters, our newest club. Okay, hola. Ayan, si Mark Tapay. You know him?
Yeah,
Mark
yeah, yeah.
Tapay. Yeah.
Hi,
Si Resi
that's my mom.
Santos.
Hi, mom.
Siyempre, number one fan natin yung mga nanay natin. At of course, si AD Rainier ay nanonood from Pampanga.
Mm-mm.
And okay, sige, continue watching us this interesting topic that we have for tonight. Okay, so kwentuhan mo naman kami, Adi. What happened when you started your journey in competition? Specifically, yung siguro yung journey mo na in competing for Humorous.
Okay.
Bakit sa Humorous?
Right. So, if unknown to many, I am the president of Emerald Toastmasters Club, and we were organizing this club level of competition. And we wanted to have this encouraging theme or encouraging vibe in the club that, hey, you should try to compete. And having said that, I was actually tapped by my mentor, AD Rainier. You know what, Addy? If you're gonna organize this, or if you want to influence the members to join, ang sabi niya, salihan mo yung apat. Salihan mo yung apat. I mean, to walk the talk, because you're encouraging people to join. And if you're not going to join, I mean, what's the point, right? So I did. And in fact, a lot of the new members of the Emerald Toastmasters Club actually joined the competition. And I was really happy with the results. And then during that club contest, I joined 4 categories: evaluation, table topics, humorous, and then international. Even if I'm not really comfortable with table topics and evaluation, I joined. So I think that's growth right there. I mean, if you're not comfortable, or if you're not willing to do something, but the circumstances forces you to, you're gonna have to adapt. And so that's what happened. And then I progressed in table topics and humorous, and then international. The pressure was on, because this time I'm already representing the area to the division level. Come the division level, it was a 1 day affair. Table topics in the morning, international and humorous in the afternoon. The pressure was on, because I have to think on my feet during the table topics portion in the morning. And then after that, I have 2 more competitions in the afternoon. 2 different pieces, 2 different speeches. And I don't know how I was able to handle the pressure back then during that day, but I did. I ended up winning third in the table topics, and then second in the international. And that was the first time for me winning first in the division level. Now I have the chance to represent the division in the district, or in the runoffs and the semifinals. And it was humorous speech contest. To tell you the truth, it was it was so surprising for me, because if to be honest, I wanted to progress in the international speech contest, because last year when I joined, I got second as well in the international, and then this year I got second again. So I just wanted to, like, prove that, you know what, I can still continue this. I can still how should I say this? I can be better in the international space. I can actually progress to the district level, but it wasn't given to me. In fact, what was given to me was the international, the humorous,
Just
rather.
humorous.
Right. So, and I'm like, shoot, how am I gonna do this? This is gonna be first time reaching this level, and if in something that I'm not really a master of. And then I talked to a whole lot of people. In the 2 month prep, well, the 2 month, almost 2 month preparation between division, after the division for the semifinals, I wrote 4 or 5 more speeches for my piece. I wasn't really leaning on using the same speech, the division level speech, and I actually wrote a lot, because the pressure was on. I wanted it to be. This is gonna be my shot. I'm not gonna throw it away. Like, this is probably 1 in a million chance that I reach this level. So I might as well put my best effort here. So I wrote different speeches. I sent it to my mentors, to Rainier, to other Toastmasters, to Sir Donnie, and they were like, you know what, Addy, I think the piece you use in division level is okay. It's almost there. Let's just tweak that.
Mhm.
And then I listened to them. Specifically to my mentor Rainier. Let's just use that, and then let's just revise it. Let's make it better. That's the whole point of all this. Let's just make what you have better. And I listened to him. So I updated that. I actually was it was a risk for me to use Vic Enneman even in the division level, because when I wrote that, when I wrote Vic Enneman for division level, I only had 4 days before the
Wow.
competition. I only had 4 days.
Wow.
And on top of that, I was thinking international and table topics as well. So when I wrote that, you know what? Since I was focusing primarily on the international, I'm just gonna, sorry for the word, but put half of the effort in the humors just to have a piece,
Mhm.
not really thinking that I'd qualify to the next round. So it was a risk for me. I revised it this time for the semifinals, and I delivered that like 4 times within a day. and then another 3 times. I just rehearsed it and then mastered it and just revised. Come the semifinal round, it was intense. Like the pressure compared to division level where I was competing for 3 categories during the semifinal was a lot more because
Yeah.
in my head I'm competing against 6 other contestants who are great speakers who have stories to share. What
Best
do
of
I
the
have?
best.
What do I have that will make me stand out? And I was doubting myself already. I remember, if you don't mind, if I may share, I was having a conversation with my girlfriend like a week before the contest, Rachel, and I asked her, "Am I funny?" Because I was doubting myself already. I don't know if I have what it takes. So I asked her, "Am I funny?" And then she responded. She said she paused and then said, "Yes." And then her nose actually went like bigger, like making me realize that she's a bit lying. Like yeah, she was she's just saying yes to make me feel good. I'm like, no, my confidence. Anyway, but yeah, it's one of those things that you're gonna doubt yourself, you're gonna question your abilities, your skills, but fortunately, because of the help of the people around me and their feedback, I was able to qualify to the district finals. And during the district finals, I told myself, I've done this, probably I've delivered this speech probably 50 times in my lifetime already. This should be a walk in the park, because whatever you do in rehearsals or practice, that's what's going to come up in the final output. I do believe in that, and that's what happened. Unfortunately, I was chosen as the division champion for humorous speech contest, and am really grateful for that opportunity and actually award.
Yeah. Wow, talaga, no? So how did you celebrate?
How did I celebrate? Here's the thing, Coach Janice. During the district contest, the announce after we all spoke for the humor speech contest, the announcement of winners there was an announcement that the announcement of winners will be held
Late.
at 5 o'clock, and that the district council meeting will happen first before the announcement. So what I did was I hopped off Zoom for a bit just to relax, because it's gonna be like 2 hours. No, wait.
Waiting.
Yeah, 2 hours wait. And then suddenly I was off Zoom. And then suddenly people started chatting me, "Hey, it's gonna be the announcement of winners already. Go back in Zoom. Go back in Zoom." And when I was about to go back in Zoom, my PC just started, shut down. It restarted. So I wasn't able to connect on time. So I didn't have that like crowning moment because I wasn't there. I wasn't there during the announcement, and I just heard, but I was still happy. I was still shocked and surprised that I got to win the title. But yep,
So,
I still. Mhm.
message ka na lang nila na ikaw na yung
Mm-mm.
nanalo. Kaya nalaman mo.
Actually. Mm-mm. And then here's the funny thing. My mom was watching. Right. So, nasa taas po ako, nasa room ako. I'm panicking because I'm turning on my PC. I'm trying to reconnect in Zoom, and my mom was watching the live stream on Facebook. My mom was downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
When I was turning on my PC, I heard my mom scream downstairs. So sumigaw siya, yes. So nung narinig ko yun, oh no, is that a yes I won or something, or because
Uh,
she's supporting, and apparently it was. She screamed because when the announcement of winner, our champion Adrian Santos, she screamed, and then that's how I found out na ako yung panalo. Sabi ko yung nanay ko sa baba.
Ayan, nako naman, grabe naman yung experience pala na yon, sabi ni
Mm-mm.
Adrian. District today, the universe tomorrow.
True.
Ayan, so may mga viewers din tayo, si Silverio Isa. Okay, we also have Mary Torres. Yan, member rin namin sa Rise Up. And si MR Desalisa and si Ruth Marada. Okay, guys, baka meron kayong question for Adrian, no? Put in the comment section so that we can answer them. Okay. So, speaking of, syempre, baka ibang tao hindi makarelate masyado sa pag-join ng mga speech contest.
Mhm.
Something that you learned from the speech journey mo, you can apply or you are already applying in your real life. What is it?
Reevaluate everything. Kasi ito yun eh. When you're writing a speech, you're gonna reevaluate. You're going to revise the speech, much like in life. Say for example, you want. There are a lot of similarities in there. If you want your speech to be better, you're going to reevaluate your speech. You're gonna scrutinize every line. You're gonna practice every line. You're gonna memorize it by heart. And just like in life, if say for example you want to change something in your life for the better, to be a lot more positive, you're gonna have to reevaluate things. You're gonna have to reevaluate where are you lacking, in which category in life am I do I need to put or do I need to exert more effort on. And that way in that way you're gonna actually have a good time. You're not gonna have a good time, you're gonna know what to do next. And that's what I've been applying in my life since the competition. Actually, I am reevaluating things like relationships. Nah, I'm just kidding. like well, goals, objectives, and what are my passions, what are the things that consume my time. Is it necessary? Is it is it pushing me towards my goal? Is it helping me out in one way or another, or is it dragging me down? Those kinds of things will be clear to you when you reevaluate things in life. Not just finances, but of course your hobbies, your your expenses, something that you do on your free time. Maybe those things are not pushing you towards your goal. Maybe those things are actually hindering you, blocking you to achieving what it is, whatever it is you want in life. And by reevaluating things, you can realign towards your goal.
Wow, ganda nun. Reevaluate your life, no? So you can always, and whenever you are experiencing failure and rejections, you
Mm-hmm.
can always rewrite your story, di
Mm-mm.
ba? To make it best. O, may question dito from Rainier. Sabi niya, what is your greatest Bekenemen?
That's my line, Rainier. Actually, I would like to give credit where credit is due. Rainier actually um, inspired me to write Vekenemen. So thank you, Rainier. Anyway, what is my greatest Vekenemen? Huh. That's actually hard. You can ask that in Miss Universe. What is your greatest Vekenemen?
Ano ba ibig
Vekenemen.
sabihin nun, Adrian, kapag
All right.
sinabing
So,
Bekenemen? Baka hindi naintindihan ng ibang viewers natin ang
mm-mm.
lingo na Bekenemen.
All right, Vekenemen or baka naman is something like a kansyaw or a wish. Pwede mong sabihin na baka naman, Ma'am Janice, baka naman makdo. Like, something like that. But if there is a Vekenemen, a wish that I would want right now, it's for actually to the universe. Okay? Baka naman universe. Pengi akong much more, hindi, pengi akong opportunities to be able to help myself and others. The people around me, opportunities may come in as a form of a job, as a learning experience, as an exposure to somewhere, as a learning Vekenemen universe. Kaya ko pa. I'm just starting my story. I'm gonna share whatever I'm gonna pick up or learn to the people who love me and to the people I love. Yun ang greatest Vekenemen ko.
Ayun. Ayan, ang ganda naman nun. Bekenemen. Okay. So, yan. Baka may tanong pa kayo for Adrian, no? So, please put it in the, ano ba yung iniinom mo na yan? Naingkit ako sa iniinom mo.
Coffee po.
Ayan. So, actually, si Adrian, nakalaban, tama ba? Nakalaban mo yung asawa ko sa Humorous, di ba?
Si Sir Irons.
Oo,
Belated
si
happy
Ides.
birthday, Sir Irons.
Yes, yes. Oo, magkalaban sila. Even my husband is really trying his best to compete and go through the Humorous. You know, every year talaga sumasali siya. Wala naman kasi kaming ibang pwedeng isali sa club namin. Kasi siya lang naman nakasaloob magpatawa. And then, even milestone din sa kanya yung last na competition sa division level kasi nakaabot siya. Nag-second
Mhm.
place siya kaya sobrang proud moment din for me as a wife na makapag 'di ba yung marating mo. Kasi I believe ang pinakamahirap na category is really humorous. Tama ba? Would you agree ba, Adi? Humorous.
I would, with reservations, Alma Moreno moment. I would, in a sense, kasi to be honest, Coach Janice, I'm not really comfortable with evaluating people. I don't seem to have that personality that I would, because when you're an evaluator, you have to put yourself in a situation or in a place na makakapag contribute ka dun sa ini-evaluate mo eh. That means you have much more experience, that means you have much more learning, and sa isip ko, no, I don't think I have much better experience with you. I'm still learning. That's why it's really hard for me to evaluate other people. Kasi, especially say, for example, I'm evaluating Division Director Donnie, right? I don't know how I'm gonna place myself in that situation where I'm gonna evaluate Division Director Donnie, but I'm slowly learning the ropes of the evaluation. So for me, yes, I agree with the humorous, but for me personally, I find it really difficult for evaluating other speakers.
Yeah. So for those na hindi masyadong familiar sa mga categories ng Toastmasters, so we have 4 categories. The international, the humorous, the evaluation, and the table topics. So yung table topics is the impromptu speaking part of ano no. So you're just given 1 to 2 minutes in delivering. Parang Miss Universe yan. Okay. So yung evaluation na sinasabi ni Adi kanina, ito naman yung sinalihan ko last time, no? So where I placed second in the division. So siguro tama nga si Adi, it comes with experience. Yung pag-gain mo ng confidence in giving evaluation. Kasi 7 years na rin naman ako sa Toastmasters, ang dami ko na rin naman na experience na mga ways of evaluating. So parang nakakontribute yun sa kaya ako first time ko rin manalo, no? So nung last ng
Congrats.
ano, so
Mm-mm.
parang nakaabot ako sa area level na competition is really something na area tapos naging division is really a milestone na for me as a Toastmaster. So talagang yan. Importante din talaga na yung practice and then also yung meron ka mga mentors na
Totoo.
tumutulong sa'yo, yeah, when you practice. Ayan. So, ano ba yung next level of success for you, Adi, right now? Siyempre, after going through this, will you still compete in the next run of our competition this coming term, or will you be doing something else?
Right. Actually, medyo mahirap yung sa position ko, but initially thought that after this year's competition, I would probably just pause for a while and focus on personal development because that's important to me right now. I'm not growing any younger, so I need to, and I think at that age where I am very much driven to pursue things that would benefit me and my future family. Like, say, for example, studying or taking up masteral degree and studying or taking different certifications in IT and perhaps opening a business. I'm really like driven. I'm towards that. That's where I
Mm.
see myself in the next couple of years. But with the recent success of the humorous contest, I'm considering perhaps joining just one category this year. This time yung naiwan ko for the last 2 years, yung nag-second ako is yung international.
Yeah.
Perhaps just that. Just that. And then, kasi, to be honest with you, Coach Janice, mahirap siya, like mentally. It's draining it's not it's a good kind of mahirap. Kasi you're being challenged eh. But sometimes when it's to me, kapag sunod-sunod siya, you don't have a pause or you don't have a break, the burnout is definitely gonna happen. Like you're gonna think of a lot of stories that you're gonna share, and kapag na-share mo na, what else? Di ba? Parang mauubusan ka na ng material. So to
Yeah.
me, say to me, yun po muna sa akin for this year. Probably pursue international and then pursue personal goals within the next couple of years.
Yan, go, go, go sa international. So, very big, kumaga sa ano, big time talaga ang international kasi once you win the district, you have the opportunity to compete sa regional, run-off,
Mm-hmm.
tama. And then, kapag ka pumasa ka doon, you can also compete, of course, in the
Sa Worlds.
international, sa world, ano yan, world
World Championship.
Championship of Public Speaking. Kaya, very big time talaga yan. Okay, merong nag-comment dito. Yes po. Sir Rainier Buchanan, bigyan na niya ako ng apo.
Mom, shout out to you. Thank you for the support during the contest season, but you're gonna have to wait. Just like what I told my pops when he was still alive. Sa tamang panahon.
Ayan, sabi ni Rainier, work in progress na daw po.
No! No!
Hindi pa. Syempre, no,
No.
may mga personal goals pa eh.
Yes.
No? So,
Yun.
pagka
Kakashare ko lang.
na-fulfill na yan, at sa tamang panahon, yan, mabibigay din yung wini-wish ng mommy mo at saka na, diba? O, yun. Yeah. You have any last words for our viewers na pwede mong share sa kanila?
Right. One thing I learned like over the years is surround yourself with positive people. That's gonna help you, and that's gonna influence you to think positively. Because if you're surrounded with people who just talk about the same, um, it helps. But if you're surrounded by people who just talks about negativity in life, like I don't want to say things, but like problems. Yeah, it's good to vent out and help out friends, but if they're probably draining your energy down, try to be the one who influence them to be positive. Try to find that positivity in you and share it with others, because negativity. We're surrounded by negativity right now that we almost cannot avoid it, but you have a choice. Kung tatanggapin mo ba yun, kung you're just gonna be you're just gonna accept the fact that okay lang, puro negative, or you're gonna do something about it. You're gonna do something to protect your mental health and, of course, influence the people around you as well. So, having said that, I would like our viewers and, of course, Coach Janice to practice that thought. Like, just share the positivity. Just be positive within yourself. If there's a problem, go find a solution. If you cannot solve it yourself, go find people that will help you out, sort things out, and that way I think one way or another it's gonna make an impact in your personal lives as well.
Wow. Alam mo, isang bagay talaga na papatunayan ko, ang mga humorous champion, seryosong tao. Hindi talaga sila nakakatawa. Ito mo naman, di ba? Mga sinasabi ni Adi, sobrang malalaman na parang very meaningful. Kala mo talaga, di ba? You're getting it from life coach or a psychologist. Ayan. Umihirit pa yung isa dito. Ano ba yun? Sabi. When ba ang tamang panahon? Sabi ng mama mo.
Ma.
Yan. Wag daw mainip.
Wag po mainip, to be honest with you. Yun lang. Just take time. It will take time.
Ayan. Thank you very much, Adrian Adi Santos, our champion. Yan. Ako, if you would like to share more of your gift, ang ganda ng boses ni Adi, no? Feel free to join me in my upcoming live shows, no? So, ang sarap niyang kausap, ang sarap pakinggan ng boses ni Adi. You should be doing a lot of online stuff din, no? To enhance more your skills on that, no? So, share your gift to the world. The world needs that right now. Okay?
Yep.
Thank you, Adi.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Ayan. Wow, we are so blessed for tonight for having Addy with us. No, so I hope you were able to gain something from Addy. And I hope that you're blessed with this episode. And if you're blessed with this episode, feel free to share this to your friends and family. And I hope this is something that has contributed to you to live life to the fullest. Thank you very much for watching and see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.